So Dominic Thiem and Marcos Giron, they're facing off in the second round of the Madrid Open. Now, Dominic Thiem, he's been widely vocal about how he's kind of had mental health issues. He's had some mental health issues lately. He's not been, since he won the US Open, he's had some mental health issues. He's been open about how maybe his motivation was lacking a little bit. So, and he said that he's recharged and he's ready to go. So it looks like maybe he can do well here because his favorite service is clay. So we're gonna see that can he do well here against a potentially tricky opener. But he has some good things on the side too. In terms of this year, he did he the only thing that stands out to me was a fourth round appearance at the Australian Open, where he was able to make the fourth round. He lost to the Dimitrov in straight sets, but other than that, he lost early in Doha and in Dubai, so he hasn't had the best results this year. So he'll be looking to change that in Madrid, and he'll be confident because he has he's the best on he's at his best on the clay. So we'll see if he can do well here, and especially in this first match. Now, Giron had to come through a tricky opener against Andujar. He had to beat him in 3 sets that lasted over 3 hours. It was a thriller, and it lasted over 3 hours. But Marcos Giron was able to win it in 3 tight sets. So we're going to see what is going to happen here. I think that he's going to be suffering from a little bit of like he may not be as fully fit because he had to play a 3 hour match and he has to play right tomorrow. So he may be a little bit gassed out. He may be a little bit tired, and so it's going to be interesting to see if that will play a part, especially because his playing style requires a fully fit player. It requires like it's counterpunching, so he needs to be fully fit to be able to play the way he normally plays. So we'll see what's going to happen here. So I don't think that they've ever met before. So they have a 0-0 head-to-head record because they've never met on the tour before. So my prediction here, I think, is going to be a team victory. I think that Thiem is number one. He's much better than Giron on the clay, and not only that, and number two, Giron just played a 3 hour match, and he's definitely probably going to be tired after that 3 hour match. So I'm gonna pick Dominic Thiem to win this in straight sets. I think it's a good opener for him. It's a good match that he can get his rhythm, he can get his groove, can find his groove. I think it's a good match for that. I think he's gonna win this in straight sets. A Thiem in straight sets is my pick. So Matteo Berrettini and Fabio Fognini are facing off in the second round of the Madrid Open. Now Berrettini has just come off of where he won in Serbia. He beat Karatsev in the final, who just beat Djokovic. So he's had some really good wins this year, Berrettini, and he's playing pretty well, I would say. He's had some good wins, and now he gets to play Fognini in the second round because he had a bye. He was actually the last bye. He was the 8th seed, so he had the last bye. So we'll see if he can beat Fognini because he's been in some good form, and he also reached the final of the ATP Cup earlier this year, so he is in good form, Berrettini. Now Fognini had to play. He played against a Spaniard in the first round, and he needed 3 sets, but he managed to come through it in a tight 3-set match. But he's gonna have to rate his level if he wants to beat Berrettini here because Berrettini is in really good form right now, so he's gonna have to really rate his level if he wants to beat him. Now, Fognini and Berrettini, they've met once in 2017, and Fognini won that one in straight sets, 6-1, 6-3, on a clay court. So my prediction here, I'm gonna pick Fognini. I think because he has the head-to-head lead. A lot of times when players have head-to-head leads, you have to look at that because when they have the head-to-head advantage, a lot of times they will tend to beat their opponents, and I think this can be one of the times where Fognini can win particularly because he may be a tad rusty, Berrettini, and because he may also be have a letdown from the tournament that he played just recently. So I'm going to pick Fognini in 3 sets because I think he can pull this off because he has the head-to-head advantage. I think that he's going to win this. So Fognini in 3 is my pick. So Alex de Minaur and Lloyd Harris are facing off in the second round, of the Madrid Open. Now, de Minaur, both of the players that I think were actually the underdogs for each of the matches. So, de Minaur played against de Minaur in the first round, and he didn't really play well because he was down a set, he was down a break, but he was able to come back. He weathered the storm, and he was able to win the match in 3 sets. So he played pretty well. And now we're going to see if he can stay in that level against Harris, who's also coming off a big win as well. Now, Lloyd Harris, he was able to beat Grigor Dimitrov in 3 sets, which was a good win. I thought Dimitrov was going to win in straights because he's a better clay court player, but Harris has proved now that he can do well on the clay as well. That he can also play on the clay. Even if we thought he was only a hardcore specialist, we know now he can do well on clay too. He also managed to fight off a late third set comeback from Dimitrov to be able to win it in a tiebreak. So that was a good win for him because he could have lost it mentally, but he stayed strong and he managed to keep the match at bay, and he ended up winning. Now, they're head-to-head. De Minaur and Harris, they've met one on the ATP Tour, and Harris won that one in a tight 3-set match that lasted over 3 hours in Tokyo in 2019. So, in terms of who I think is going to win this, I think that it's going to be Harris to win. I think that he's playing really well now, and plus he has the head-to-head advantage, and I think that also he's playing extremely well right now. He's really played well to beat Dimitrov, and he's had some good wins, especially over Dominic Thiem this year. He's had some good wins as well, so I think that Harris can get the win. And plus, he's had some good wins. He's beat Dominic Thiem, he's beat Shapovalov, he's beat a bunch of good players, and now Dimitrov, he's 4-0 against top 20 guys. So I think he can win this match in 3 sets. I think it's going to be a 3-setter, but I think Harris will win it due to his confidence level now after beating Dimitrov. So Harris in 3 is my pick.